Why not they see me? I give him green light to tire. All right. This is NAYADO show. Just a minute. I have to mute this thing. This is NAYADO show. It's been more than a year since I came your way like this. I first have to apologize to my cherished audiences. I was supposed to do live and this evening at 7 p.m. We already shared our flyers and everything, and due to some few challenges, I had to record it like I'm doing now for you. So today is 2023, 8th January 2023. Everyone who is alive today must give thanks to Almighty God, because it's not everybody who was able to cross over to 2023. And so we bless God, we give him thanks. Entering every year, about 80% of people that we know set resolutions, what they want to do in the coming years. So say 2021, December 31st, people will have their resolution or their vision table ready, and they will pray that those visions will come true in the year ahead. I'm quite sure that is 2023. A lot of people also have resolutions set. I'm hoping that all those resolutions will be accomplished. It is a good thing, because in Bible, the Holy Book said that whoever plans to build a house and do not plan the cost and everything plans to fail. So before you decide to build a house, before you decide to set or start any project, you need to calculate, analyze, and see how that thing is going to work out, or the cost and everything that is involved, to see if you will be able to accomplish that task. So it's in place if people set resolutions for the year ahead, hoping to achieve them. Now, if you ask me in person, of course, we all had our resolutions. Was I able to achieve them? Partly, yes. And the reason why I keep telling people that my 2022 was amazing. My 2022 seemed to be one of the best years ever. Not because I won a lottery. I didn't win a lottery. But I think the whole thing started in 2019, the COVID season. The COVID-19 actually brought a lot of opportunities that I think most people took advantage of. Because during the COVID season, if you are a corporate worker, you were restricted. I mean, kind of hybrid working environment and stuff like that. So we spent more time at home. Some institutions even closed down during that period. And so there were a lot of time that you could manage to do whatever you wanted to do. And so 2023, 2019, I was just a bit bored in my room. Said, no, I think I can take advantage of it. Prior to that, I didn't believe in anything called online education. I was like, what is this? I mean, how is this going to be real? How are you going to enjoy it? And I said, let me give it a try. Then I started my first master's in 2019. It was, from beginning, it wasn't easy, but along the line, then I started enjoying it, because you can virtually be in the kitchen cooking and at the same time being at lectures. You can just lie on your bed, sipping your wine or your coffee, and still have lectures. Gradually, I was able to got my first master's degree. Then when I finished, things were still not clear for me as to In terms of work, I mean, if you're living in Ghana, you know how difficult it is to get a job after school and all those stuff. Even if you get a job, it's not going to be a job of your dream or a job that can really pay you to take care of yourself. So I said, okay, instead of me just being here, maybe I need a change. Because I started working, of course, I started working in one of media houses, but there wasn't anything like job satisfaction. And I mean, instead of staying to complain all the time, why shouldn't you just use the opportunity to develop yourself or find yourself? And I took the opportunity and left the country to do my second master's, which is MBA. And it wasn't easy from beginning, as I said, in terms of money, time, and everything, adjusting to new environment, and it was tough. I got here. I remember I got here and I told my friend, "Oh, I don't belong here. I want to go home." And in the middle of my course, I called a friend and I said, "No, I don't want to do this. I want to go home. I don't belong here." I was feeling comfortable at home, and here's a case you are in somebody's land, how to chase for a bus and all those things. But I had to adjust. And so gradually, by God's grace, I'm done with the course. Why am I giving this long lecture? There are at times when you have to take some bold steps. You don't know where the step is leading you to, but you still take the step. And if you do, I mean, some point in time, you need to do some changes in your life in order to find yourself. Because trust me, I'm happy not because I'm out of the country. Ghana is my home. I love being Ghana all the time. But having to get out of my comfort zone, meeting new people, experiencing new culture and everything is part of personal growth, is part of self-development, is part of everything. Now, I started by saying that a lot of us set resolutions, and that's how all this came up. When we set resolutions for ourselves, do we fight to accomplish them? There's difference between you going to the church on 31st and displaying your vision board and praying from morning till evening, hoping for God to fall manna. Manna doesn't fall again. And so when we set resolutions, we need to work at it and make sure we achieve them. If not all, we make sure we achieve a higher percentage of our resolution. What can we do as people? You know, it feels so comfortable being in your comfort zone. It feels so comfortable being at home. But sometimes, for the sake of peace, personal growth, self-development, self-actualization, you need to take some bold steps. I put down some few points that I would want us to talk about. In my case, when I decided that I want to change me, when I decided I want to find myself, when I decided I want to explore new opportunities, the first thing I did was changing environment. Of course, when you're home, you have your family around, you have your friends around, you have all your loved ones around you. You can go anywhere you want. You may be driving your own car, living in your own home, or if you're not living in your own home, you may be living in a rented apartment where you have your peace. Anytime you want to go to salon, do your massage, all those things are available and you can. So you feel comfortable. And so you may not be compelled to take some measures that will help you in the future. You may be working that is paying you like 1,000, 2,000 cedis, 3,000 cedis, and well, depending on your needs, you feel comfortable, and so you don't want to move. Changing environment is very critical to our growth, to our self-development, and to us finding ourselves. You may be living in Accra, you may be living in Abuja, you may be living in the capital of your country, and you realize things are really not going on well with you in terms of work, in terms of accommodation, in terms of your finances. And you contemplate living, you contemplate relocating to either a smaller town or even your village, because you realize that when you go to such places, you are not going to rent, you are not going to, food is not expensive and stuff like that. Then you begin to think about what people will say. You begin to think about the friends you will leave behind. You begin to think about the comfort that you have to leave behind. And then you kill your dream. But sometimes we need to forget about all these ideas of people thinking about this, that, saying this, that, leaving friends behind, leaving family behind, and take a bold step and go. In my language, I'm from Ashanti region. My languages, they say anomentua ubuada. Or what if I want to add yes? And I say there's this other one. And so sometimes it's necessary for you to change environment. It can even happen that where you are going, there isn't so much comfort. Because imagine you living in Accra, and for some reason you have to relocate back to your village or a smaller town. You know, the opportunities in Accra and all the facilities, amenities in Accra, or the capital of your country, and all of a sudden you have to relocate to somewhere that those comforts may be denied. Oftentimes people think that when you leave Africa to Europe, life gets better. It's not always the case, because you have come here as immigrants, or possibly you've come a new person. You have to adjust to the culture and everything within the country. You don't have the comfort that you need. You don't have the peace that you so desire. You don't have your friends around you like back home. Okay, you don't have them with you, and so it becomes quite a challenge, but still you have to embark on that journey because you want to change. So listen, when the need arises that you have to change environment, it's critical. Okay, sometimes you just have to go away from everything that you know to find yourself, and it's very key. The second one I would like to talk about is you starting to care less about people's opinion about you. This is something I tried, and it has really helped me a lot. Africa is one continent where everybody, in fact, your business is everybody's business, okay? We really don't mind our business. We make everybody's business our business. So people have their own opinion of how you should eat, how you should chew your mouth, how you should dress, how you should talk, how you should do this, how you should sleep, the quantity of water you should drink. And sometimes these opinions of others impede our progress, because we end up living our lives to please people. And this results to us not finding ourselves because of all the years you have lived. You have lived to please people, especially when the society put that cloth on you, the good girl or the good boy, the good man, the good woman. You are so careful not to step on anybody's toe. You are so careful not to do anything that will make people talk. Some of these things in itself may not be wrong, may not be bad, may not be sin, but people say these opinions of others kill a lot of dreams. And so when I started stopping caring about what people think, I started being happy. You realize life is less stressful. Life is less stressful. At the end of the day, it's you and your God. He's the only person you are accountable to. He's the only person you own allegiance to. And so you must stop caring about opinions. It doesn't help much. The third point that I want us to talk about is loving yourself first and putting any other thing second. You know, even in the Bible, Jesus Christ said, you should love your neighbor as yourself. It means that there was self, okay, self-love before the neighbor love. You can't give what you don't have. If you don't have love, you cannot give love. So you see why you need to love yourself. People think you're ugly. That shouldn't bother you. People think you don't matter. That shouldn't bother you. You need to be confident and you need to have self-love. Appreciate who you are. Your Creator made you so beautifully and wonderfully as never before. And so you need to appreciate you before you can appreciate any other thing around you. So love yourself first. Take care of yourself. Okay? You have made everybody's problem your headache. And so you don't have time for your own self. You prioritize other people's business ahead of you. You don't take care of yourself. The scripture never said you should love your neighbor and hate yourself. It said, love your neighbor as thyself. So before you can love your neighbor, you have to love yourself. And loving yourself means a lot. You taking care of yourself, you prioritizing your needs, you making time for yourself, and making sure that your heart and your mind are in good condition. If you're able to do this, trust me, you have all the peace you need. You have all the love you need in your heart to give. The next point that I want us to talk about is losing people to grow. You know, especially in Africa, because we care about people's ideas, people's opinion and stuff, we try not to step on anybody's toes because we don't want to lose people. And even when we have to say the truth, in some circumstances, we do not, because we don't want to lose people. We don't want to lose friends. And so we always try to growing process, no. Losing people is part of it. There are people you started class 1 with. That now, even when we ask of them, you don't remember them, you don't know them, you don't remember their name, nothing about them. So the further you began the journey with someone doesn't mean you end with the person, especially if the person is even not worth it. You have to lose people in order to grow. When you have to hurt people to grow, you have to hurt them to grow in a good way. If not, you continue to stay in, there is this cloud that we sell in Ghana, it's called ABCD. You continue to stay in your ABCD and you will never grow. So learn to lose people when they need be. Another most important thing here is leaving toxic relationships. When I mention toxic relationship, people might think I'm talking about romantic relationship. Yes, it's part of it, but that's not all. Relationships with friends, relationship with family, relationship with loved ones, relationship with wives, husbands, and blah, 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 blah. They all fall within. Okay, you might have a circle of friends that in your mind you love them so much. You see them as friends, but in their mind, you are a competition. We meet them all the time. These are the people who will see you wearing a new bag, a new something, and they wish they have them. Okay? And they wish they have them. And so whatever you do for them, they will never show appreciation because they wish they are you. It is just not enough for them to be friends with you. They wish they are you. So you're thinking in your mind that you have friends. In their mind, they have competitors. Such people, you don't need them. The friends that will always call you, let's go and boost. I was told we have this situation in some part of Ghana. What they do is they just walk about looking for posters on the walls to see which funeral is rich. You just go and buy clothes, call their friends, there's this funeral here, there is this party here, there is this here, let's go. Meanwhile, they don't even know the people organizing the function. But they don't have anything doing. And that is how far their mind can think. Their mind cannot think beyond, let's go to funeral, let's go for this party, let's go for that. So when you're with them, you see you don't grow. You're always buying clothes to attend funerals you don't know anything about. You're always buying clothes to attend parties you don't know anything about. They will never sit you down to share any business ideas with you. You don't need them. They will never call you to say, hey, Charlie, there's an opportunity somewhere. Oh, Charlie, if you get this business, you get money. Never. You don't need them. Family members, could be cousins, could be siblings, could be other family members who always call you and they want to take from you. They are not willing to give anything to you. They are always taking and saying thank you. They don't give. They are always taking, saying thank you. They are always draining you. They always want to say thank you, but they don't want anybody to say thank you to them. You don't need them. Let them go. Lose them. Part of toxic relationship. You are in a relationship with this young lady, and when the mother is sick, you have not married the girl. When the mother is sick, hospital bill on you. When her brother is going to school, they bail on you. School fees, they bail on you. When one of her stupid brothers get arrested for stealing, you have to go and bail the person. So that little provision store that you are managing in your village. That little business that you just set up. That little clothing business that you're doing, all the money goes into funding the girl and her family. This will never stop, even when you get married to such people. Run away. Because you are only an ATM machine. Okay? You are in a relationship where anytime your partner needs something, they have to blackmail you. If you don't give this, you won't do this. If you don't do this, you won't do this. If you don't, this is not for you. Your husband or your wife has to beat the hell out of you to show they love you and come back later and apologize and buy gold. This is not what you want. So moving forward in 2023, we want to pay attention to ourselves, put ourselves first in everything we do. Analyze our close network, analyze everything around us. And if it's not worth it, we let it go. The next on my list talks about self-doubt or the fear of failure. You don't want to start anything new because you feel you cannot finish, you feel you cannot do it, or somebody has told you are not up to task. And so you're always sitting idle, folding your hands, crossing your leg. You don't want to do anything. This is not for you, this 2023. You need a change. Okay? And penimfosi bibi ansaya, bibi nye. Start and fail. You will get the 10th one right. And that is the spirit. Start and fail. Start new thing. You might have graduated from school for over a year, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years now. You keep searching for a job you are not getting. Try your hands on something new. What about that office structure there that has over 500 people in there? Can you think of providing them breakfast? Can you think of providing them lunch? You can start something new, something small, and before you realize, you have become big. I think Papaya didn't start like Papaya. If you read the story, started like a food vendor, small one from his kitchen. And now Papaya is big. I love Papaya. You and I love Papaya. So the fear of failure has kept a lot of people in the dark. Don't be one. You start and fail, and you get the 10th one right. The last one I want us to talk about is the soul-destroying jobs. Okay. What are soul-destroying jobs? Let me give you a scenario. You are in this company and you may be appointed to a certain position or whatever. But anytime you close from work, you come home talking, blah, this job will kill me, this job, blah, blah. You don't have job satisfaction. Your heart is not in what you're doing. You're just doing it because you need to survive. Okay, people are in some professions, people in some jobs, not because they want the job, but because they need to survive. Listen, you need to do what you love doing. Because working is not just about money that you get. Working is, there's more to work than you getting paid at the end of the month, you getting salary or other bonuses. So if you're in a profession that your heart is not in, it will be difficult for you to grow. It will be difficult for you to advance. Okay? And so you need to look into it. Search through your innermost person and find that thing that makes your heart glad and do it. People usually think that once you've gone to university, pay the high school fees, start in a classroom, then the only thing you must do is a white-collar job. Far from that. Why do people learn to become entrepreneurs? You start from somewhere by creating small business in your own small corner and growing it. And so this 2023, we want to see changes. We want to find ourselves. We want to identify our true passion, our true self, and not to be influenced by the environment, not to be influenced by people's actions or people's opinion of us. We have a lot that we can do if we put our mind to it. Okay? And so I have talked about a lot of things. The most important, they are all important. But the most important one in there for me is minding toxic relationships. Usually, there's this saying that the people you surround yourself with, you end up generating their ideas, okay? They end up molding you, become the person you become through their actions and inactions. And so never befriend anyone who may try in the process to destroy you in any way. So this saying that a snake only shed its skin to become a bigger snake. There's no snake that has shed its skin to become a lion or an elephant or any other animal, but a snake. And so this 2023, sacrifice everything you need to sacrifice to be you and to find you. My name again is Nanaya Ampim Dakun Ochwe. This is NAYADO Show. Until we meet again next week,